Well, Adol, here we are. This is Felghana. I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough. Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left. There's Margot, I always called her Mams, and old Gardner, not to mention Chester, and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time. Oh man, what the hell happened here? This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys. It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive. I just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. What was that? It came from over there.
Hello there, chums, and welcome back to our Celebrating Ease series. We're a little bit off the pace at the moment because I was away for a couple of weeks and just didn't get a chance to record stuff before I went, so I'm going to have to do some catching up. But today we are on Ease the Oath in Felghana, which is a remake of Ease 3, which was released sort of mid-2000s-ish. And generally held up as the high point of the series. It's a very good game. When we did our Origins video, I said that was one of my top 3 Ease games for the game itself and the soundtrack, and this is one of the other 2 of that top 3 for me. This is a great game, but let's carry on.
Hey, wait up, Adol!
So Adol's actually stepped off a ship for once instead of just washing up on shore. And him and his faithful pal Dogi have gone to Dogi's hometown. And now there are weird wolves all over the place.
You gotta be kidding me! What the hell are monsters doing in Felghana?
And you will also notice, obviously, voice acting.
Monsters? Here?
This is not the first Ease game to have voice acting. The original old Ease games actually had voice acting back on the platform they were on. I can't remember off the top of my head now. It was a long time ago and I didn't play those versions.
What are they doing this close to town?
But some people really hate this, the voice acting in this. I quite like it.
Chester?
There's a couple of voices that are really bad, but I think most of them are perfectly fine. This is very similar in terms of gameplay to Origin. So you've got your jump and you've got your down thrust like Origin had, and then more enemies coming. But it basically plays very similarly to Origin. So you've got boost mode. I have to try and figure out what button that's on again because I'm playing this on controller. It's not that one, it's Y. So boost mode just lets you go nuts.
Excuse me. Thank you very much for saving me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all?
Adol, hurt?
Hey!
Never. Here comes the big guy.
Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters too.
Yeah, Adol just kind of left you for dead, mate.
I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana.
I wouldn't count on Adol to have your back.
Whoops. Excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. Are you okay, miss? You don't look like you're hurt, at least.
She's like, "Wah."
Huh? What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head to town before we're attacked again.
Dogi doesn't recognize his old
Can't
friend.
say I recognize your face. You've got to live in Redmont, I figure.
Dogi? I knew it. I must be dreaming. Dogi, you're actually back. What have you been doing all this time?
He's like, "Do I know you?"
Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you?
Wow, Dogi. Way to crush a young girl's heart.
Say that? You, me, my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten.
Oh, no way! When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy.
Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now.
Man, you sure are.
Alright, easy, Dogie. Jesus.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? It's nice to meet you. And, again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena. Elena Stoddart.
And there's our flashy CG intro. As our plucky trio make their way to Redmont.
Eleanor, where have you been?
No, you're just out getting hunted
You
by
had me
wolves.
worried sick, staying out so late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I just...
It's okay, Eleanor. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened. So, who are your two friends? I don't believe I recognize either one of them.
Now it's time for Dogie not to be recognised.
Look a little closer. You'll get it in a second.
Huh?
Hey there, Gardner. Still standing at the gate like always, I see.
Wait!
You're that dumb doofus,
Is-
Dogie!
Is that really you?
Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry.
Yeah, running around with thieves
My
and
favorite little troublemaker has come
hysteria.
home. Where have you been all this time? And what have you been up to?
Hanging around with a thieves guild.
Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world. The usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adol, introduce yourself.
Adol introduced himself to Gardner.
Oh yeah, there's
An adventurer,
I forget the
eh?
word I'm looking for.
Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur.
No,
Adol knows how to
he's
swing a
quite
sword.
remarkable.
And then it's got a crash.
I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue.
I doubt he even saw you, Eleanor. He just saw monsters and wanted to hack them apart.
Is that a
He's kind of a
fact?
sociopath.
Well then, you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field.
Does
Maybe
raise a
get
point
another
worth
job.
discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana's fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it had gotten so bad.
Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for around a year now.
Of course things are bad. Adol's turned up. He doesn't go to places where things are going swimmingly.
We're rarely visited by anyone anymore as a result. No travelers, no merchants.
Man, that sucks.
Well, it's getting late. You can tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning. For now, you should head on in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after what you've been through.
Adol just wants to hack more monsters to pieces. What a charming little town. So if you don't know this, there is actually the map of the Ease world is basically based on Earth.
This place
So
sure hasn't changed
everywhere
much
kind
either.
of has a Earth analog. And if I remember correctly, I think this is basically supposed to be Germany. Which is called Garmin in the Ease map, in the Ease world.
I used to live and work at this inn when I was a kid. I owe Mams a lot for looking after me back then. Hey, Elena, go get Chester, would you?
Might be an issue there.
I haven't seen him in so long, and we can't have a reunion party if everyone's not here.
I'm sorry. He's not in town right now.
What? Oh, no way. Oh well, what can you do? He's probably pretty busy.
Sure is.
I'm afraid
Busy
I'll be taking
being
my
up
leave
to
for the
no
night as
good.
well. My long absence likely had a few people worried, so I really should let them know I'm okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll be fine here for the night. We're probably gonna hang out a little before we go to bed. By the way, are you and Chester still living with the mayor?
Oh no, he and I have a house on the edge of town now. It's just...
Hmm? Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing, really. I guess I'll be off then.
So
It was
much
nice to
like
meet you,
Ease
Alan,
Origin,
and good to see you again,
this
Dogi.
game is very talky at the beginning.
I know you two must be tired.
But also like Ease Origin, once it gets
Take it
going,
easy and get some rest.
there
okay?
are long stretches that are just action. Obviously there's a story to propel everything
She's
along.
acting kind of strange. Probably just been a rough day for her. Man, though, she sure has filled out nicely. And she's got that whole childhood friend thing going for her, too.
When you're ready to stop being a creep, Dogi, we'll
Don't
head
mind
into
me.
the inn.
She's gonna fall for you, not for me. That's always how it goes.
Sure is.
Let's just get inside.
Alright, I think now is the time to prepare for one of those terrible voices I mentioned.
Dogi? I can't believe it! It's really you! My little nightmares come home!
Some people just really overdo it.
And look at those muscles! You've grown so
it's me. I'm back. You're looking well.
You know,
Not sounding well,
I
though.
haven't heard a peep out of you since you left. Would it be so much to ask for some kind of contact? A letter at least if you couldn't visit.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'ams.
Well, I always figured you'd do well for yourself.
And that's why he went and joined a thieves guild.
It certainly is nice to see you back safely, though. And you're a friend of Doggy's, then?
Adol gave
Adol's
his
like,
name
"Oh, how do I
and
get out of
explained
here?
that he had been traveling with
Voice is
Doggy
driving me
for quite some
insane."
time.
I see. Well, thank you for looking after our little wayward wanderer. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a pretty bad time. Lots of unpleasant business going on lately. But still, happy events like these are rare, so I intend to enjoy this while I can.
Ma'ams.
You two boys must be hungry. Let me fix you up a nice big meal. And you'd better clean your plates if you know what's good for you.
So when people complain about the voice acting in this game, it's probably what they're talking about.
So
The rest
then,
of them
how
are
is the
generally fine.
investigation coming along?
You have nothing to worry about, my lord. We've already confirmed their locations. The Tigray Quarry, the Obern's Ruins, and the Sacred Mountains of Eldern. All that now remains is to organize the
Wonder
men
who
to
this
begin
young
our search
blonde
in
knight could be.
earnest.
Excellent, excellent. Once I possess what I seek, my might and majesty will be known far and wide. Indeed, perhaps my homeland could lay claim to all of Europa. Either way, this certainly should be an enjoyable undertaking. Wouldn't you agree?
In
Yep, he
your
said
hands,
Europa,
my lord.
but it said
I'm
Europe.
certain that dream will
But,
become a reality.
you know, same thing.
Indeed it will. Indeed it will. I leave the search in your hands. Make certain it continues without interruption. I expect good news forthwith.
You do need
Forthwith means immediately.
I pledge you my success, Lord Maguire. I shall see to it that your faith in me is not misplaced.
So, Adol, while I'm here, I think I'm gonna swing by the Eldern Mountains for a bit to visit my old master. He's the one who taught me everything I know about fighting, back when I was a kid. If anyone would know the reason for all the monsters showing up around here, he'd be the one. I won't be gone long, though. You should relax and tour the town. It's a really nice place. If you have any questions, you can ask Elena. She said her house was on the outskirts of town, so I'm sure it won't be too tough to find. I'm off for now. See you later, buddy.
See, why wouldn't Vadal just have gone with him? Ah, can't jump on the beds. Hello, sir. Roman Empire. Yes, that's basically the Roman Empire. Care not for your oars. I don't want to talk to her again, her voice is so grating. Now we need to find Eleanor's house, but
What do you want?
wouldn't hurt to talk to people.
I'm Adonis. I own this shop, and if my appearance hasn't given it away yet, I'm happy to confirm that yes, I'm a smithy. Huh. From the looks of that sword, you know what you're doing at least. But I make it a rule to refine weapons and armor for people I like, and only people I like. Sorry, but you may as well just head home.
Can't be a great way to do business.
Welcome. Well, well, what have we here? Are you a traveler by any chance? That sword looks like it's seen a lot of action. You should have it fixed up. This store deals in weapons and armor.
I feel like she's trying to seduce that old sword.
Specially selected curios. The boss is a bit eccentric, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a better smithy.
I don't know why she said
anywhere else in the
hard-pressed there.
world. He's choosy about his clientele, though, so don't be offended if he turns you away at first. Just keep at him.
Already some very weird people in this town. So not everyone is voice acted.
What do you want with me, stranger? Please just leave me be. You're too young to have gone deaf. Please, just get out of here. Leave me be.
Get out of my house, you bastard. So everywhere you go, people are like, oh my god, your hair is red. So they've never seen an Irish person. Pickards! Yeah, you look puny. No, I don't think so, kid. I give him 5 minutes out in the wild before he's eaten by a monster. Now, it's been a while since I last played this, so I don't remember exactly where I'm going. But it doesn't hurt to explore. Is this the one? This is the one.
Oh, good morning, Adol.
She's got a pigeon up in her loft. That's not a euphemism.
Is Dogi not with you today?
Sure isn't.
Adol explained that Dogi had gone to visit his old master in the Elder Mountains.
Oh, that's...
Narrator, that's the word I was looking for earlier. There's a narrator.
Well, it's not very nice of him, to be honest. He hasn't even shown you around yet.
Yeah, he's kind of a doofus.
But that's Dogi for you. 8 years ago, he suddenly decided he simply had to go on a journey of self-discovery. To become a man, he said. I wasn't fond of the idea myself, but Chester sternly opposed it. The two of them got into quite a scuffle. They did make up right as Dogi was about to leave, though.
And now Chester's
honest,
serving a
I have something I need
evil
to tell
nobleman.
Dogi. Remember yesterday when I said Chester was out of town? Well, that's true, but he actually hasn't been back in over 6 months. He left a note for me on the day he vanished. It just said, I won't be back for a while. I haven't heard anything from him at all since then. Not a word. I'm not sure how to tell Dogi. After he came all this way. Sorry. I don't mean to dump all my apprehensions on you. When he gets back, I guess I'll just have to give it to him straight. I'm sure Dogi will take the news
Yeah,
well
straight
after
in
all
the
it's seen and
chops.
done with you. As well as...
Whoops, I kind of cut her off there. Wait, wasn't she supposed to show me around? I guess not. I vaguely remember something happening at the quarry and having to go and save people.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Which means you must be Adol, that friend of Dogi's I've been hearing so much about. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Nell, and I'm a devotee of the church.
I don't trust you, Nell. Look at those eyes.
Is it
Those are
true
the
that
eyes
you
of
saved
evil.
Elena from a pack of wild monsters? Words cannot express how thankful we are for that. I've pledged myself to this church for many a year, and have known the Stoddart children since they were very little. They've always regarded me as a big sister to them. A sister with a small s, that is. And I've always regarded them in kind. Which is why traumatic events like last night's unpleasantness affect me so.
Uh-huh, I believe you.
Oh, you must... It's nice to
I
meet
must
you.
be.
I'm Father Jean-Pierre, pastor of this
Father
church.
Jean-Pierre. We've crossed over the border into France now.
Elena's had quite a lot to say about you. I understand you're the one who saved her when she was ambushed by a pack of monsters. For that, I must truly thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I'm certain that Elena had her reasons for being out so late. She denied any, of course, claiming it was just a flight of fancy. But I feel there's more to it than that. If I pressure her to tell me things she wishes to hide, though, I can see no good coming of it.
I mean, surely everyone knows her brother disappeared 6 months ago. I'm sure you could put two and two together to try and figure out what she's up to.
But I digress. Please forgive me. This is our very first meeting, and here I am babbling away. May God's blessings be with you in your travels. If anything
Cheers.
troubles you, always remember, the church's doors are open. Come by any time, day or night.
Do we just wait for something to trigger now, or... Like I said, it's been a while.
What?
Here we go.
How many were there?
I'm not sure, but there were definitely a lot. More than I've ever seen before.
Sounds like trouble. Sounds like something Adol needs to stick his nose into.
Who are you?
Adol introduced himself and asked what was happening.
Monsters started gushing out of one of the deep mine shafts in the Tigre Quarry. That's east of here. We only just barely made it out of there alive. But Mayor Edgar is still inside. So Dewey, that's the head miner, asked me to go into town and get some help. Anybody who's willing and able.
So Adol.
This job easily, but he left town a short while ago. Probably too far away to track him down now. I can't go myself either, since I'm the only one trained in defensive combat around here. I've got to guard the town. Adol, I hate to ask, but we could really use your strength. Would you put your adventurer's skills to use for us and check out the quarry in my place?
Well, if I don't, the story won't move forward, so I guess I'll have
A
to.
great deal to me as well. The mayor, Dewey, and even Paul are in grave danger right now.
Who's Paul? Didn't mention him before.
Thank you so much for this. I can't even imagine how to repay you.
We're in your debt, Adol. Here, I've got a map of Felghana. You might need it.
Probably come in handy since, you know, we just got here last night.
As it sounds like you'll be fighting some monsters in there. Take this, and use it to get your equipment refined. Go talk to Adonis, the town's smithy. Tell him I sent you, or he probably won't give you the time of day. He's a stubborn one, but he knows how to pound metal like nobody's business. Your equipment's in good hands with him. I do hate asking you to put your life at risk for us, but we need you right now. Show us what you're made of, adventurer.
Alright, let's go and speak to the Greek god.
It's you again. Doesn't matter how many times you talk to me. I pick and choose my own clientele, and I do not choose you.
Must not get any work at all.
Adol relayed God gardener's message.
You serious? Gardner sent you? Guess that means you'll take good care of my work, if nothing else. Well, if Gardner says you're good news, then you're good news. Gotta do what the old guy asks. I can augment your sword, armor, and shield here. Just hand them over, and I'll make them better. Well, if you got enough Ravel ore for the job, anyway. Monsters often get it stuck in their fur or claws and will drop it when killed. Or sometimes it's just lying around.
Sounds real handy.
I'll have to charge you a service fee too, though, or else Cynthia's gonna put up a fuss like you wouldn't believe.
They charge us for it when we're
And
trying to
price
save the
varies
miners.
per piece, as we've got this whole
Unbelievable.
quality chart system in place. Don't ask me, it was her idea. So, what have you got for me? You're part of my clientele now, Adol Kristen, so feel free to come on by anytime you need work done.
That was easy.
What do you got for me? This the one? Good to go. Come again.
We only had the
What do
one
you got
piece,
for me?
didn't we?
Gonna need more than that. Come again.
Right, well, we got our sword tempered. So let's head off. Save some miners, which I feel like is another thing Adol does quite a lot. Got our save points here. It's my old game. Let's learn from our Ease 2, Ease 1 video and actually save the game. Alright, so your man said east, so let's go east. Hey, cheeky flower. So yeah, so far, so very Ease Origin. I forget which one came first between these two. First game that uses this system is Ease 6, but then I can't remember whether Felghana or Origin came next. But one thing I will say, Origin has a lot more platforming, so I just marginally prefer it to this. It's really only the final dungeon that has a decent amount of, not the final dungeon, the penultimate dungeon in this game, which is Valestine Castle, which has an amazing theme. Go and listen to that right now if you're watching this video, but then come back. But yeah, that's the dungeon that has the most platforming. I really liked it. But Origin has a lot of platforming, and I really like platforming, so I think that just shades it for me.
Sorry, I thought you were a monster.
It certainly is very monstrous looking.
If you're not a monster, then who are you? And what are you doing here?
Adol gave his name and explained that he had come at Ricardo's behest.
Oh, so you're the guy Ricardo got, huh? I don't know where he found you, but you're sure to look the part. Okay, thank you. You're a lifesaver, you know that?
Don't sound that
Mayor's
fast.
Still down in the tunnel, as far as I can see. The boss has been searching around the entrance mainly, but I guess the mayor got himself stuck farther in. But the last time the boss checked in was a while ago. Hasn't come back for so long. I'm starting to get worried. I sure hope the monsters haven't eaten those two. Still gives me chills just thinking about it. Anyway, I really appreciate you coming. Please find Mayor Edgar and old Dewey and bring them out. Alive if you can.
And half eaten if you can't. Alright, into the dungeon. So I have put this on very easy, just so we don't get into a silly situation where, like what happened in the Ease 1 video where I got into a dungeon, then died, and then had no, well, I had no save, so I would have had to start the game again. But hey, we leveled up. Can't even hit this guy. Ah, he's dropped a herb I can't pick up. So like Origin, you get enemies dropping items and such in this to up your EXP rate and stuff, which again you can see down the bottom left. And apparently sometimes they get stuck in the level geometry and you're screwed and you can't get them. Actually that's a herb I think, so I think that gives us our health back. Obviously we don't need that right now. Why do they always have to be spidery like things in these games, huh? Now you might see this and think, oh, there's clearly platforming. What the hell are they talking about? There's no platforming. There is, but it's not quite the same as... Just like jumping to a higher platform isn't quite the same as what Origins is doing. There's a lot of kind of time jumps and obstacles and stuff. And this game just doesn't really have a lot of that. Not a save point. Right, I'm guessing that's the way to go because there's a save point there. Let's just have a look around while we're here. Just like in Origin, if you do the drop attack, you have a chance to stun your enemies, which is nice. Leveled up again. Well, there's a treasure chest there, so it's worth coming here. More ore. Ooh, 5. If I wanted to be a bit saucy, we could go back to town and upgrade more of our gear, but I'm not going to do that. I think you do actually come back here at some point as well. For now, let's head back to where that save point was in case. So like I say, it's been a while since I played this, so it might be the case that we have to go there and do something and then come this way. In which case, we're wasting a lot of time. So let's go do that. Well, not so much wasting time anyway, because you do get some EXP going. Levels are pretty important in these games. And when the game is this fast paced, it's quite fun just to do a bit of grinding. Another level up. And now my sword is flaming. What level are we now? Level 6. So these games do have some weird button binding. There is a way you can tweak it, but default jump is on B and attack is on A. Whereas last time I played it, you can go into the files and like change the button assignments and everything. but I changed it to attack on X and jump on A because that's easier to hit both of those buttons at the same time when you need to. Okay, so definitely wasn't this way to come. So we have wasted time. But yeah, also the default for the menu button to bring up this menu is R3, which sucks. So if you are going to play these games, just figure out how to rebind the buttons. It's not obvious, but there are. If you go on like the Steam forums, there will always be a topic talking about it because people always want to rebind this stuff because the default buttons kind of suck. So just go and check on the Steam community tab if you're playing on PC, obviously. Otherwise, just, you know, do a Google search. That stuff still works in 2024. You can still go and look things up online. But yeah, you will wanna you'll wanna rebind the buttons. They're not great. There's something shiny over there. I think we probably need. If you watched the Origin video, you will have seen when I got the wind power and how you can use it for traversal. Guessing we probably need something similar to get across that gap. I do remember Origin a lot better than this game because I played it a couple of times. Whereas this I've played once. They did recently-ish, last year I think, in Japan at least, released a remaster of this on Switch and PS4, assuming it's on PC as well. Can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's coming out in the West sometime next year. They took ages to actually announce when it was coming. Who's this guy?
Who might you be? And what in the world are you doing here? Can't say as I've ever seen you around before. You from Valestein Castle?
Sure I'm not.
Paul introduced himself and explained that he had come at Ricardo's behest. I see.
Behest. It's a great word.
Glad you're here. I'm Dewey, the head miner in this quarry. I came here to look for Mayor Edgar, but this is as far as I got. He's in serious danger here, though. I can't just leave him.
I mean, you kind of have.
The monsters down there are in a class all their own. Sword attacks just bounce right off them. Unless we can find some way of dealing with them, I don't see how we can possibly get the mayor out safely. Maybe check the storehouse. We found some pretty interesting artifacts a while back. Stored them all in there.
He's going to give us a key and we're going to have to go all the way back.
But I've got the key right here. Since you're not a miner, though, I'm guessing you have no idea where the storehouse is located.
You're guessing correct, Dewey.
It's on the other side of the open-air strip mining chamber. That big vertical shaft you pass through. There's a room with two doors at the bottom. It's the one on the left. Help yourself to anything you find in there.
So you could have just left the key with that pool guy at the entrance, just in case someone came along to help. Thanks muchly, God. When was the last time you heard someone say that? Probably around the time this game came out. Right, let's just run back through them because we want to get back there. See you later, pals. Got no time for any of your nonsense. We've got a storeroom to raid. Right, we came all the way out. Right, I'm an idiot. I wanted to go all the way to the bottom and then left. And I came all the way up. Might as well grab the gold. Don't know why I'm bothering. I'm only playing this for an hour for this video, and then I'm probably never playing it again, because the next time I play this game is going to be when the remaster comes out, which I think is like sometime early 2025. I think they've redone some of the art. I don't know if they're redoing the music, but honestly they really don't need to. The soundtrack to this game is fantastic, and I have the vinyl, which is good. It's a really, really beautiful vinyl set. Also have the Ys 8 vinyl box set, which is also extremely pretty. Oh, I wonder who this could be. Oh, they have red eyes. I do wonder who Dulan is.
I would have you show me your abilities, red-haired swordsman. Dance! Spin! Slice! Dance! Spin! Fly! Slice! Slice! Dance!
Oh, I got one hit on.
Dance! Spin! Fly! Fly! Slice! Dance! 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 Fly!
Of that creepy red-eyed person.
Is that the best you have to offer?
Is that the best you have to offer, says person who just lost fight.
Still, you have an unmistakable spark in your eyes.
And you have an unmistakable colour in your eyes.
Afford interference at this crucial juncture. I must report this at once.
Yeah, as I was saying, fantastic soundtrack. And the vinyl box that I've got, I think it has the soundtrack of like the original Ys 3 back in the, what was it, on PC-88 or whatever it was on. Alright, we have our first magic. Where swords fail, magic thrives. Press the magic key. So yeah, you'll see, as with Origins, these tutorials give you keyboard controls. So you just have to kind of figure it out. And then you find gems to power it up. Gotta try and remember what the button is. It's X, okay. So I think, as I was talking about the button binding earlier, I think I had magic on for both this and Ys Origin. I think I had it on the left bumper, because obviously I had attack on X at that point. But it's very much, definitely worth going and rebinding all your controls if you're going to play this game. Or just wait for the remaster and probably have better thought out gamepad controls, to be honest. And it'll probably be out fairly soon. I think you can charge this? Yes, you can. So as you can see below Adol's health bar there's a red bar, that's your magic bar, and it just refills itself over time. Let's go! Fire time! Lots of gold for Adol. The only thing in these 3 games that this system is built on, aerial enemies are a bit of a pain in the backside at times. Oh geez, these things don't look fun. I actually need to pick up a herb to heal myself. Oh, I'm not sure if I meant to do that. I was just trying to attack the stupid thing. See how little damage I'm doing to these things with my sword. So maybe don't spam all your magic, because then you'll be out of attacks. Before we press on, let's see what's over to the left. If indeed there is anything. Is it just the way back up? I think it's just the way back up. Right, let's move on. Oh, so annoying aerial enemies. An invisible chest? I have no idea what to do with that, I don't remember. God, look at all the goodies raining down. Go away, aerial fool. I've had enough of your kind. Okay, we're probably about ready for a boss. Must be the mayor.
Who are you? What are you doing in a place like this?
What do you think I'm doing? Coming to get you, you silly fat fool.
And
explained that he had come to rescue Mayor Edgar.
But that's me.
Adventurer? Well, if you're looking for Mayor Edgar, here I am. That all, was it? Thank you for coming all this way. I was accosted by monsters and managed to lose the fear, but hurt my leg quite badly in the process. I was actually just about to hobble my way into the strange old ruins beyond.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Why would you not hobble injured into strange old ruins?
They're quite peculiar. I peeked my head in early, and I must say I've never seen anything like them before.
So I thought I'd go and stick my head in there while injured and bleeding profusely.
Especially since we've only just met. But would you be willing to examine these ruins in my place? With my injured leg, I fear what might happen to me should any more monsters attack. But we've come all this way.
I mean, the ruins aren't going anywhere, mate. You could come back later.
But I'm sure you're just as curious as I am, no? So please, would you do me this favor?
Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, this is a boss for sure. I do remember the bosses being quite fun in this game. It's something these games generally, you can generally rely on them to have fun bosses. Yeah, see, if Mayor Edgar had run in here, he would have been screwed. Yeah. Stop throwing horizontal ones. Ow. Well, I made that look a lot harder than it actually was by just playing like crap. Moonstar statue. Sounds delightful. I can't actually remember if you can hit that boss with your sword or not, and I should probably have tried.
What are you doing here?
What indeed?
You don't listen very well. I believe we handed down a royal edict to close the quarry, did we not?
Doesn't seem very nice, this blonde-haired young
If
man.
you'd just done as you were told, you wouldn't have gotten hurt. So spare me the lecture. Just do as Lord Maguire asks.
You! I wondered what had become of you. I never imagined.
I never imagined you'd become such an asshole.
You aren't really working for Count Maguire, are you?
Oh, but I am. I'm a devoted knight in service of the great Lord Maguire.
No, it doesn't seem all that great.
I'll thank you to keep a respectful tone when you address me.
Hi.
Who goes there? You aren't from Redmont. What business have you here?
You aren't from Redmont, despite having red hair.
Adol gave his name and explained the circumstances of his arrival in Felghana.
A friend of Dogi's?
That oaf.
I never thought he'd come back. Certainly not now. No matter. Lord McGuire's orders were explicit regarding the closure of the quarry. If you've come to lead this old man out of here, then I suggest you do so immediately.
Oh, wait! What about Elena? Or do you even care that she's been worried sick about you? She doesn't even know if you're alive or dead.
I've grown weary of playing nursemaid. She's 17. She's old enough to cope without her big brother. You should tell her to forget about me. Hell, coming from you, she might even do it.
Yep, that's Chester, as if it wasn't painfully obvious.
It would seem I've forgotten to introduce myself. I am Chester Stoddart.
Yeah, we figured that out, mate.
In service of Felghana's lord, His Grace, Count McGuire. Adol was it? As an adventurer, I know you may be tempted, but I'd advise you not to get involved in our politics. That is, of course, unless you are eager to die.
It's very cheery song, is old Chester.
Count McGuire is the Lord of Felghana, though he's not native to this land. He's actually from Rome.
Yeah, that's Rome.
From the moment he took power here, he levied exorbitantly high taxes and pressured us into forced labor.
So basically, he's an arsehole.
He ordered us to shut down Tigray Quarry, the town's primary source of income.
Yeah, probably because of those, weird ruins that you're about to head into.
Refused, since he gave us absolutely no reason. And that's about when you showed up. To think that Chester would willingly serve a man like that.
Obviously, he wants that Moonstar statue, or whatever it was called.
He left his little sister behind too, and she hasn't heard a word from him in months. Honestly, I have a hard time believing it. Even now, knowing what I know, I keep thinking it can't be true. And what am I supposed to do? Just tell Elena to try and forget about him? I couldn't possibly agree to that. I'd never be so callous.
No.
Whoops.
Elena,
I'd never be that callous, but I would be that careless.
how long have you been listening?
I heard you made it home from the quarry, and that you were hurt. So I thought I'd stop by to check on you. And I overheard your whole conversation. I'm sorry.
Elena! It's good to know Chester's all right, at least. But that's little consolation right now. Ever since they were orphaned 12 years ago, those two have really watched out for one another. Up until about 3 years ago, they lived at my house, and I always put Chester in charge whenever I was away. I figured it would teach him to be a responsible young man. Though, honestly, I never did get the hang of raising him. Adol, could I persuade you to look in on Elena for me?
Could I persuade you, a complete stranger, to go and check on who is basically my adopted daughter?
Right
I
now,
can't be
think
bothered.
she might find it easier to open up to an impartial third party.
Well, off we go then.
Chester. Adol. I'm sorry. I've just got a lot on my mind.
Clearly.
My brother gave me this pendant. He left it here in a letter for me on the day he vanished. I guess it makes me feel closer to him when I wear it. But in reality, It was closer than I ever realized all this time. I'm so sorry, Adol. So many horrible rumors have been going around about my brother.
And they're all true.
And then to hear the man who raised me confirm them all? I just want to know what's happening and why. He must have a reason, right? Maybe I'm being selfish. I should just be grateful he's alive.
Well, there is that silver lining.
In a way, it's like
He's
all the
alive,
I've been carrying
but he's
for
an
the past
asshole.
6 months has been lifted from me. I may not know what's going through his mind just yet, but I do know that if I could talk to him, just talk to him, then things might go back to normal.
Probably not, no.
So, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. But thank you for your concern, Adol. I really do appreciate it.
Well then, bye. Hey look, this guy's got red hair for crying out loud.
The quarry closed, I'll never get my hands on any Ravel ore. My investors will all drop me, and I'll be ruined. I don't look forward to the mountains of debt that await me when I get back to Rum. Failure. Thy name is Antonio. But wait! You're the type that people randomly send on quests, aren't you? Please, sir.
Yep, randomly.
Sell me some Ravel ore. If you can find me just enough to keep my backers from breaking my kneecaps, I'll buy it from you at top gold. What do you think? An irresistible offer, no? I swear, I'll pay handsomely. You have to spend money to make money, after all. Just 10 pieces. 10 pieces of Ravel.
Well, that is where we're going to leave this video, on the charming thought of Antonio having his kneecaps broken by his investors. And that has been Ys the Oath in Felghana, a remake of Ys 3, but technically 4th? Yeah, 4th. No, I'm confusing myself. The numbers aren't the story order. So it goes Ys Origin, Ys 1, Ys 2, and then the next one in the story order is Ys 4, which is Memories of Celceta, the remake. And then it's Felghana. But I'm doing this in numerical order, so we've done Origin 1, 2, and then this one is 3. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Ys 10's coming out soon, and that slots in between Ys 2 and Ys 3, so it's all over the place. But anyway, that has been Ys the Oath in Felghana, a mid-2000s-ish remake of the original Ys 3, which I believe was Wanderers from Ys, which was quite different from the first two games. It was like a Zelda 2 situation. It was like a side-scroller rather than a top-down RPG. I haven't played it. I haven't played any of like the original Ys games prior to like Ys 5, because they've all been remade basically. Origin obviously isn't a remake, it's like it's a prequel, but 1 and 2 have been remade, 3 and 4 have been remade, 5 has not been remade, and it's the only one at this point that you can't actually play outside of Japan. It was a Super Nintendo game, never released in the West, so if you want to play that you have to play a patched ROM on an emulator, which is what we're going to end up doing for this series. I have played it already in the past, so it should be all ready to go. But next one up will be Memories of Celceta, which is a remake of Ys 4. There were actually 2 Ys 4s, Mask of the Sun and the Dawn of Ys, I think. I think Falcom gave the games to 2 different developers to make 2 different versions, and then they basically picked one of them, one that was more faithful to their original vision for it, and made that the canon one, which apparently was the one most people didn't like, and then they kind of scrapped the one that people did like, and then when they came to remake it in Memories of Celceta, they remade that one. But we'll get more into that in the next video. So our timeline's been thrown off a little bit because this was supposed to be one video every Friday. I've missed a week, so this one's going up a week late. The Celceta video is probably going to go up midweek, and then we'll try and get back on track for Ys 5 next Friday, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. But if you're enjoying these videos, let us know in the comments below. Let me know if you're thinking of checking out this series. Obviously with Ys 10 coming out in a little over a month from now, you might want to just jump in there. I mean, you can jump in anywhere in this series, other than Ys 2 really. Ys 2 is direct sequel to 1. All the other ones are pretty standalone. You might have the odd reference back here and there, but they're all standalone stories. So if you've been wondering about this series, and Ys 10 looks like a good time to you, jump in with that one. I'm looking forward to it myself, and we'll get there by the end of October when it comes out. The video might be up like a day or two after it actually comes out, because I think I'm going to be busy on actual launch day. But it'll be there or thereabouts. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now and let you go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!